Hey guys, today we're sewing a wonderful cropped oversize hoodie. You can find the pattern on my Patreon page. The link is in the video description down below. If you don't want to miss any more sewing tutorials, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and if you like the hoodie, I'm very happy about every thumbs up. To sew the hoodie, I use my normal sewing machine, the Singer HD6335M, and my overlock from Yuki, the MO50EN. I will try to explain everything within this frameworks, and the parts with the overlock are just a nice extra.
But what do we actually need to sew the hoodie? Approximately 2.5 meters of sweat fabric, sewing needles, stretch and universal, a normal sewing foot, an edge sewing foot, a pair of scissors, a seam ripper, an iron, a tape measure, chalk or a colored pencil, thread that matches the color of the fabric. Once we have all our utensils together, we need to prepare our pattern. To do this, we lay all the A4 pages in front of us in the correct order and cut everything perfectly along the edges. Then we need to glue all the small individual pieces together to make our final pattern piece using sellotape. Now we can start with the cutting. I opted for a black summer sweat for the fabric, which is definitely very comfortable in the current temperatures and also falls much differently than thicker sweat fabric. First of all, we cut out the hood. We need a total of 4 pieces for this. I would recommend laying the pattern piece twice on 2 layers of fabric so that everything is nicely synchronized. The layers of fabric should be placed wrong sides together. In other words, the fabric sides that will later be on the inside of the hoodie. This is because we need 2 hood pieces for the right side of the head and 2 for the left side. The back and front pieces are cut on the fold. This means that you fold your fabric once so wide that the pattern pieces fits perfectly in width. Then place the inside of the pattern piece on the folded edge, this is also called the fold, fix the whole thing, then draw the outline, or you can cut directly along the edges of the pattern. Of course, we also need a right and a left sleeve. Here it is also a good idea to fold the fabric so that you can simply lay the sleeve pattern piece on top and cut out the 2 matching pieces directly through the 2 layers. And now pay attention. You will see these lines along the edge of the sleeve on the pattern. Mark these places as they are the same lines on the pattern pieces of the back and front. These lines are there so that you can align the sleeves when you insert it. Now you need to cut out the front pocket, the waistband, the strip for finishing the neck seam, and 2 cuffs. The front pocket and the serging strip are optional, and you can decide whether you want to include them in your hoodie. In this video we won't be serging the neck seam with a strip. I will be showing that soon for the hoodie version with a 3-piece hood. You can look forward to that in any case. With regard to the waistband and cuffs, it is also important to mention that you can of course use extra cuff fabric. This is much more stretchy than sweat fabric and contributes to a nice detailed look. Especially as a beginner, I would choose this option, as stretching the sweat fabric later on is a real challenge. In the next step, we iron all our cutout parts in an exemplary manner. This is to counteract the subtle shrinkage factor that will occur when the hoodie is washed for the first time. You can also counteract the curling of the edges of sweat fabric. I would also recommend marking the wrong, i.e. inner side of the fabric for all cutout pieces. This prevents you from accidentally sewing the wrong sides of the fabric together. Now let's prepare a few things, because in my opinion this is the most fun way to sew later. We take our 2 cuffs and fold them right sides together and secure the edges with clips. We do the same with the waistband. Next we sew these sections with a stretch stitch. You can check your instruction manual to see if your sewing machine has this function. If you don't have this function, I would recommend a zigzag stitch. These types of stitches are important as our 3 cuff pieces will be stretched a lot later on and the fabric must be able to stretch with them. A normal straight stitch also works, but trust me, with an elastic stitch you will have far fewer headaches in the long term. The cuffs are now folded in half and placed wrong sides together. Make sure that both sides of the seam are seam to seam and that the overlapping seam allowances are folded to the left and right. At the same time, use a clip to mark the opposite side of the seam on the cuff band. This bisection will be important later when inserting it into the sleeve. Do the same procedure for the waistband. In addition, mark the 2 middle points of the waistband with 2 more clips. You quarter the waistband, so to speak. It will be even easier later if you 1/8 the waistband at this point. Now let's move on to the front pocket. For this one, I first neaten both edges where you will later reach in with your hands. If you don't have an overlock, you can also check your instruction manual to see what kind of overlock stitches your sewing machine has and use them to finish all the edges in this tutorial where I'm using the overlock. Now fold these edges inwards. Using the corner points, we can see perfectly how far the edge needs to be folded in. The top edge and the two side edges are also folded in by approximately 1.5 centimeters. These edges are then ironed. This ensures that the beautiful shape is maintained. Now top stitch along the folded over piece of the interfacing strip at a narrow edge. You can use a stitch of your choice for this, depending on what kind of seam pattern you want to see on the outside. We now mark the center on the lower unfolded edge of the pocket and place the pocket on the front of the hoodie. Use pins and clips to secure the bottom edge, the two short side edges and the top edge. Then use an edge sewing foot to sew in a U shape from the first short side edge over the bottom edge to the other short side edge and then the top transverse edge. The bag is now finished. We can now lay the front and back right sides together and secure the shoulder sections with clips. These are then sewn together with a stretch stitch and finished with the overlock. In any case, we can now insert the sleeves. Pay attention to the markings from the beginning. Fasten everything neatly with right sides together using clips and then sew together using the stretch stitch. I finished the whole thing again with the overlock. Next, place the hoodie including the sewn on sleeves right sides together and secure both outer edges with clips, as these will also be sewn together with a stretch stitch in the next step and then overlocked. Now we want to insert the cuffs. The hoodie is still turned inside out. We attach the round cuffs seam to seam. Just make sure that the open side of the cuff is attached to the edge of the sleeve opening with the 2 layers of fabric. We separate our sleeve opening in half and attach the other side of the cuff there. Now we have to make sure that both divided sides are sufficiently stretched when sewing on with a stretch stitch. To do this, pull the fabric apart evenly before and after the presser foot. Finish the excess seam allowance with the overlock. Follow the same principle for the waistband. Fold the underside into quarters or eighths so that all the subdivisions are the same. When stretching and sewing the waistband, it is particularly important to ensure that the section with the front pocket is neat. The excess seam allowance is also finished with the overlock here. Now we come to the grand finale, the hood. To do this, we take our 4 hood pieces and place 2 pieces on top of each other, right sides together, and secure the rounded outer edge with clips. It will look like this. We sew these passages with a normal straight stitch and a stitch length of 2.5. The needle position is in the middle. Sewing curves requires a lot of practice. I think you get the best result with a stitch length of 2.5. Follow the edge and actively guide the piece of fabric with the curve under the presser foot. When you have finished, turn one of the hoods right side out. This is then inserted right sides facing into the other hood that has not been turned. Then we fix the side edge, which will later be the hood opening with clips. It will look like this. Sew this passage with a straight stitch. Then turn the hood over so that one hood is inside the other hood, wrong sides facing. The middle seams should then lie nicely on top of each other, and this edge is now secured with clips and then ironed. We will now make markings along the entire edge at 3 cm intervals. Then we make a top stitch seam along these markings with a stitch length of 4. Now mark the middle of the collar on the back of the back piece and attach the middle of the hood there, with the 2 layers of fabric still open and facing upwards, right sides facing. The hood is now attached from both sides along the entire collar until it overlaps slightly with the end pieces in the middle. Sew everything in place all the way around with a straight stitch with the needle in the middle. And finally, neaten the excess seam allowance with the overlock. And this is the finished cropped oversize hoodie. The hood fits really nicely, you have airy arms and everything looks great from the back and front. A version with a 3-piece hood is coming soon, which will give the whole thing a slightly different look, and if you want the crop factor to be a little less, then I would recommend adding 5 to 7 centimeters to the bottom edges of the front and back.
If you liked the video, then I'm definitely happy about every thumbs up. Feel free to send me your finished sewing projects via Insta, it's always really cool to see what you guys come up with. Feel free to let me know in the comments how you liked the video, and if you got any more suggestions or questions, please let me know. See you at the next video, until then have fun sewing.